Oh, hi there. So here it is. I have no idea what I'm doing. Drawing with Will. Will I om? Bloody hell, I'll tell you what, how mental I am. It's a right nightmare. So I'm drawing an owl just to pass the time. Do you know what I mean? So I've been talking to myself for quite a long time. As I read once that it was good to do that. But now, he's heard it all before. And it's doing his head in. So it's got to come out. So then I thought, right, Isolation Nation. What I've always needed is a captive audience. So that's it. Ask and you shall receive, mate. I do feel partly responsible for all this stuff that's going on. I mean, you're probably the same. Every now and then I think, you know what? People are the problem here. Oh no, I thought it too. But I mean, I also then have deep compassion for everyone. And you think, even if they did something bad to you, you still have to be able to see that there's a reason, a cause, and a trigger, and it's not their fault. There's nothing personal. But it does have a negative effect, it has chipped away on my passion for quite some time. And it's been a real journey of trying to let go of all that stuff. I feel that we might be coming up for more of that again soon. If what comes out, or maybe it doesn't. I mean, what would you like to experience in this reality? I always knew that I'd like to see the collapse of a government. I'd like to see the societal structure change completely. I mean, money, not doing so well in the old finances, and I put part of that down to a thing about, linking pain to passion is one of them, of course. Every time I put my passion into something, it's ended up in heartache, so why bother? But, that can be rectified. But then again, I can't be ruled by anything either. I can't even tell myself what to do. I know I have to be self-employed, but now I'm self-unemployed because, I've had interpersonal relationship difficulties, so it's just not working out. It's a real issue at the moment. So yeah, I need to figure it out. But that's what I'm here to do, figure it out. Go through the mentalisms, come out the other end, and see what does work. So I have a plan. And what I'm here to do at the moment is to just talk it out. And as I just let myself speak, the vision becomes clearer. Clear vision 2020. I mean, having a hempire just seems obvious to me. Just using hemp and cannabis as anything, whatever. I don't care. Toilet rolls. I'm up for toilet rolls. Let's do that. Yeah. Every time you grow one of those plants, you are benefiting nature, the sky. You're reducing radiation. You're reducing toxicity from the soil. You're adding more oxygen. It's just, I don't care which capacity we use it in. Don't care. Let's just get it in. Everybody, it should be our legal responsibility to grow. So let's do it. Just have one, and then we'll chuck it in the bin, as in our bin. We'll do what we said we were going to do with it, whether it's make hempcrete or whether it's to make rope or paper or anything, firewood. We can just burn the stalks, yeah. endless possibilities. But I think we should all be not only entitled to it, but encouraged to do it, because why the fuck not? If you can grow millions of plants and sell it to different countries, our government, then we should be able to do something similar without having to jump through endless hoops. So, I have a solution for that. Well, just an idea. It might not be the entire solution, but it's a step forward, and let's just do it. Because it comes back to, what reality have you created here? What part would you want to play? Imagine if this whole thing is about you, which it is, same for me. How would you want it to play out? How would you want this to go? Would you like everyone to activate their superpowers? And, what would that look like? I mean, for me, it's just everyone's living with passion and purpose. They have knowledge and awareness of their previous selves, lifetimes, and karmic journey, and the tapestry that they're weaving here with the people that they're with. I would like to see that whatever lights people up is just what they have, the freedom and ability to do what they're drawn to. Drawing came back to me, but I think everyone should do what they're drawn to. I think each sector that we would work with, like if art, we could have, each piece of art that you donate has a specific amount of wealth to it, value to it, whatever, and we all just deposit one, and then we create an artist's currency. There'd have to be more work done on it, obviously I'm just throwing out ideas. I don't know anything. But the same thing I would do with food as well, with growing microgreens and growing tomatoes, courgettes, cucumbers, all organic in our gardens, in community allotments. We can do that. We can do that easily. And we just don't want to be stuck when this thing happens again. Because it will come back. Always does, doesn't it? There's always some unstoppable foe, and then we stop it, and then there's another. So each step leads to another step, and I think we can do it. We just need to be clear that we are the ones in control, and in control in the sense of what we can control. So we can control our emotions, we can control our state, we can control how we choose to see things. So be more of an observer. Just witness. And then choose the best from what you've got. To know ignorance is bliss in a lot of ways. But having the awareness that what you choose, what you look at, and what you believe is what will be created. I just think it's really important to know that now. And I've lived this through normal physicality, utilizing the laws of attraction and seeing how relationships switch and change and end, and how it all relates to different traumas and different patterns, habits that are just continually reinforced. You need to break those chains, break those habits. And it's just constant. God, falling off the wheel all the time. Fuck. But then knowing it's just right, that's just another step, it's another portion. It's like you've still learnt from each one of those bits. And yeah, with the drawing side of it, I'm just kind of chipping away at it. And this is what's left of it. Oh god. An inktense pencil. So you just put that on, sketch it in, and then use a bit of water and a paintbrush and kind of splosh it about a bit. I think that's a good technical term, splosh it about. So you put on a bit of water, makes it go obviously like watery, and then I'm just kind of, I mean, this is really literal, isn't it? I'm just pushing the water around the shape that I've already drawn. I mean, I'm sure that's not how you teach people how to do things. I'm trying to deconstruct what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. Now, that has to be the same for everyone, right? Everybody's like that. We drive pretty subconsciously, and it should be the same with something you enjoy. But then you do need to practice. The art is a practice. Practice the art. What's going on with this little eye here? Hey, you look a bit confused now, mate. Sort that out. So I think a lot about past lives. Probably too much time, actually. It's like I've passed that, done it, been there, done that. But I still think kind of where you came from and how that indicates where you're going, and the kind of mentalisms that come up through all of that, having visions of past lives and past selves, and the things you may have done. Like, I'm definitely quite piratey at the moment, but maybe that really does stem from being a pirate. I don't just mean swinging from ropes and drinking rum and all that, whatever it is. I don't know what it means to be a pirate. Rape and pillage, I guess. But the karma with that, and if we're interacting with even our previous selves, relations, ancestors, sons, daughters, if we are, do we continue the genetic line spiritually as well? Like, do we fulfill that? I don't know. It's interesting with my friend Julia, and we checked astrogeography, and it shows like energetic hotspots where you may have, well, we took it as where you may have lived before, previous lifetimes. And my previous lifetime energy, if you want to say that, that's a term, I don't know, was just 3 kilometers from her home village, which is like this little place in Germany. It's interesting that maybe I am, like, we are definitely connected. We are, one, as we all are one, but expressing from different points in time and to learn and guide each other. But it could be that we're literally ancestors, like, and I'm just guiding further and she's guiding me. It's like, what? Okay. I'd love to have full awareness of all this with people. I wonder how many people are questioning, why am I born in this place to these people? Why is this relationship the way it is? I'd love to just for everyone to know that. If it's important, if it's relevant, people would say that it's not really, because it's not this. What's relevant now is this life. This is where all of your attention is going. But if it helps, then why not? And we can manifest those abilities. I am sure of it. I'm sure that's what we're here to do. I'm here to see, at least. And it's already happening. I'm just shedding different portions of self along the way to get up to that point of being ready to truly receive. I've had mystical experiences all my life, but always had a level of skepticism which doesn't allow me to fall like truly into trusting. Oh yeah, I'm on this Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi course. It's a knowledge broker blueprint course. So it's to become a knowledge broker in the sense of sharing your own information or other people's information. And I think it's about learning the format. And this is what I've been asking for a long time. The tough part for me is the action side of it. Like I've already mentioned, moaned about, that it's like, just because I put effort in before and you feel really stupid when things don't work out how you said that they were going to, and you were so sure and so certain, and you feel like such a fucking idiot. And it's just like, well, to come out again and be confident again is like, wow, so tough. So I can see, it's a pattern, it's a cycle that you can reinforce and continue and go down and down and down. And I've done that well. I do things well, and I've done that really well. I've gone as far as I want to go with that, really. It's just not nice not wanting to exist. It's just not how we're meant to live, and human suffering is human suffering, no matter the degree, no matter the cause. I think we should ease suffering as much as possible. So for me, it seems like the only thing left is to take action, really. It's just really scary. Just don't want to get hurt again, but it's like, yeah, I did handle it. I just also kind of know that what's coming next is going to be even worse, someone dying is going to be a test, so I need to be ready, I need to be prepared for, because if I'm in this state when that happens, it's not good, is it? I need to get sorted. I need to find the faith again. I used to be really hungry. I wanted to make things work, I wanted to make things better for my mom, for my family. I just trusted the wrong peeps. Didn't focus enough on myself. And I was, just wasn't good enough. I should have done better, but I did the best I could at the time with the person that I was then, And I'm such a different person now through all of that. So yeah, now it's figuring out what the mission is, what's the purpose, and I can see quite easily as a light worker what we're here to do, and yeah, I also see my dependency on wanting to work with people. That's all to do with, my south node being in the second house. I come from that. I come from being in partnerships with a lot of power, but it takes away mine. And here with the north node in the eighth house, it's about my stability, security, and stepping out. And that's why it's so scary to come out the spiritual closet. It feels like I've done it many times before, lifetimes before, and been killed for it. I have martyrdom quite strongly with Chiron in the midheaven. Pisces moon, I've experienced a lot of stuff, you see, so there's loads of ways to validate who you are and the reasons why you might feel the way you do. But it is what you do with it. So what is the mission? Raise frequency, facilitate change. I mean, I've always facilitated change. I've played music all my life, which that means we are emotional state changers, right? And as I've gone more down the spiritual path, it's been more chanting and resonance and frequency, as well as using frequency devices like Tesla, skenar therapy. So it has progressed. I am here for the spiritual evolution of the planet and here to facilitate change. Now, sharing beauty, I think, is one way too, isn't it? Because it makes people happier. And what are we but just emotions, not just complex emotional plants? We're actually closer to mushrooms than we are to plants. So think about that too. I mean, you want to go symbiosis, you want to talk about ancient civilization and species that can work with us, then shrooms are the one. So yeah, what would I like to see? What is the mission? I'd like people to definitely take their own health back. Definitely. So how can they do that? What have I experienced? I mean, I've witnessed people healing from so many different diseases, illnesses, and also just read stories. I mean, how much do you trust? How much do you know? I mean, they all seem sincere to me. So, but yeah, I've seen tumours reduce using natural medicine, reduce massively, cancers. Well, we can't talk about cancer, can we? But the body has been able to heal itself with the use of different foods. So it's not about any product necessarily doing anything, but it's just allowing the body to heal itself. And that's what I've learned through frequency medicines. The body has the ability, capacity, desire, natural. It does it naturally. It heals itself naturally without your willfulness. It just does it. But when you start to get behind it mentally, emotionally, and then supporting it nutritionally, I know I've really experienced taking away pain by working on emotional issues related to that specific area, like tooth pain. That was a really good one. So figured out the emotional links related to that, the emotional baggage that can result, and unreleased emotions that can result in those types of pains. And then I would work on for example, the lung and large intestine meridian using frequency devices, which is then sending a relay between the device and the brain saying this is a part that you're now able to heal, and then it sorts it out itself. So you're turning on the body's own healing mechanism, which I do actually think is quite interesting. Bloody hell, 25 minutes. Compared to the way that I would train people as a personal trainer, it would trigger the body's own growth mechanism by pushing it to that point of absolute failure, just momentary muscular failure. And the body would go, right, you need to be stronger next time to be able to handle when this happens again, to trigger on the body's own growth response. I think it's interesting how that's the progressions of portion of it. I know I'm very scatty at the moment, as this is my first kind of videos of talking and arting, which is actually something I really love about being in coffee shops and drawing, is that you get to communicate with people unified in around one thing, which is, whatever it is you're painting, it's a painting. But this really is like a journey of self-discovery, and we are all ourselves. We are all me, aren't we? We all refer to each other as me, different expressions of it, but I, the all-seeing eye, it's not something to be scared of, it's what you are. Right, what am I doing? Okay, so let's, I don't know if this will ever be able to actually be uploaded because my internet's not very good. Okay. Right, peace out, peeps. I hope you saw things that I was doing and feel me. I'm going to get better and better. That's what I'm going to do.